I'm a huge fan of LED lighting, and one of the benefits to having a YouTube channel is that there is no shortage of lighting companies that would love to send you their product for a review. I turn down at least 90% of them because the product is either low quality or there's just nothing special about it, and I don't want to waste my viewers' time. But every once in a while I get an offer to review a really cool light, and this happens to be one of them. Alright, let's get real. Let's talk about some of the differences that really set these apart from most of the lights that you see on Amazon. One of which is the remote. So if you've ever bought any RGB type of lights, strip lights, floodlights, you name it, you've probably got a remote similar to this, and it sucks. What they have sent along is an actual legit remote, which gives you labeled numbers, or labeled colors, not just by the color itself. But I was really impressed with how accurate a reproduction you get out of each one of these. You also have easy access for dimming up and down, and then left and right. I didn't actually know what this was. I had to look it up in the manual, but this actually allows you to adjust the speed at which it's transitioning. So if you're on one of the fades, or you're on one of the flash or a smooth or strobes, you can actually adjust the speed at which it cycles through all of those colors. Really cool feature, and not something I've seen anywhere else. Looking into the light itself, the first thing is looking at these individual LEDs, and I like the layout here. You can see what they've done on the inside here and how they've broken it apart, but these are some pretty substantial LEDs. Now what I normally like to do with things like this is immediately start to disassemble them to see how they're made. But the good news is with this, we don't have to do that because we can see exactly what's going on. The only thing we can't really see is the power supply, which is in a sealed portion down at the bottom. But I will tell you, this aluminum case, and it is all aluminum, it is solid. And I can't find, I've been looking for it, I can't find a way to break into this thing without damaging it, and I don't want to damage it. We have an aluminum case, and aluminum is fantastic for outdoor use, unlike most of the metal ones that you saw at my house earlier here. You don't have to worry about this stuff rusting. It's good forever. It's got some sort of a very smooth powder coated finish. It is powder coat, it's not paint, but it's incredibly smooth. Hardware is all stainless steel, looks to be about I would say 16 gauge steel on the bracketry, which is again heavier than most, as well as the light itself is heavier than most. It's very, very well built. I've got what I would have to assume is about an 18 gauge power cord, but it's got a nice thick jacket on it and a nicely molded end, so nothing to complain about there. Overall fit and finish is absolutely top notch. Best RGB quality piece that I've seen. And if there's any indicator about how good of a product somebody makes, it's what they include with it. It tells you a lot about what's probably on the inside of the lights. So they've sent along, for each of these, they send this beautiful, let me zoom in here, all stainless steel wall anchors. You can see 304 stamped on the end, so that's a 304 stainless. This is a really nice little piece of hardware. It's not the plastic ones that you're used to seeing, but your 304 stainless for everything, lock nut rather. They send these with the lights. That's really a great indicator that what we just got here is quality stuff. So enough babbling about it. How do they perform? Let's take a look. Yeah, it's painfully bright. Gotta love that. So up at the very top we have the white, we have red, green, and blue, which are your RGBs, obviously. We've got dimming control here, just by pushing that down arrow. And back up again. So we are now on the fastest transition speed. So right now it's on smooth, going as quickly as possible. Then we have fade at its full speed. We go into flash, which is almost like a strobe light, but there is a true dedicated strobe here where it pulses along with those changes. And then we can slow this down by adjusting the speed. And we'll fire back through the colors, or through the modes. Now we have flash, fade. Very smooth, very nice. Then you get your direct color shots down at the bottom here. You can fire through all of those as you need to. Very nice. So as you see, we're zoomed in extremely tightly on one of the individual LEDs. And what I can't see with my own eyes, but luckily the camera is picking this up, it's actually a segmented LED section within each one of those tricolor displays. That is awesome because I, in the past, have bought other lights similar to this that are RGB, and eventually the blue burns out, or the red burns out, or the green burns out, and you lose blue, red, or green completely. And the light's basically junk at that point. But because they've done a segmented setup here with individual LEDs, if you happen to lose one or two of them, the light's still going to function pretty much like it did when it was new. Gives you a lot better reliability, which makes sense because when you look at the warranty for these, it's got a 5-year warranty on it. Nothing like this has 5-year warranties. It's really unheard of. So you can see part of the reason they're able to do that is it's a well-designed, well-thought-out light. So as you saw at the beginning of the video, I have a number of floodlights and landscape lighting that we use at night to light the house up, and I thought that would make for a great comparison to run these RGB lights along with that existing floodlighting, just so you can get an idea of how powerful these things really are. So if you thought that was good, check it out on the pitch black garage. What you're seeing here is the 100 watt light by itself. A couple of things I want to point out here. Notice the spread is incredibly even. There's no real hot spots. It does a really nice job of covering the whole area, blanketing it basically in nice even light. And then the other thing, look at the intensity of the colors and the accuracy, the vibrance of the reds, the blues, the greens. It's spot on. And now we're switched to the 70 watt version by itself. So this will give you a really good comparison between my extremely bright front floodlights, and you can see how well these hold up to them. And on the left hand side, the double doors, that is lit by the 100 watt, and the right hand side single door, that's lit by the 70 watt. So you can see there is a difference there. I mean, they're both really impressive, but the 100 watt is certainly more powerful. So hopefully you can understand why I wanted to review these lights. They kick ass, and they are not like most lights that you see online. I'm going to use them for all kinds of different things. Holidays, I'm going to light the house up with them. I use them on the 4th of July, and I mean the possibilities are definitely endless for something like this. Good quality piece. I expect to get a long time out of them, and even if you don't, with a 5-year warranty, you're well protected. So I think it's worth every penny, and definitely worth sharing with you guys. So as always, I appreciate you watching. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, and or criticisms, make sure you throw them down in the comment section below me. And otherwise, everybody, have a great day.